tweet this on
that'd be cool.
on Twitter.
What's going on, people? This is your boy, AutoMattock, with automatic transmission number 12. And I'm joined by a good friend of mine, Knuckledust, and Team Your Turnaround. How you doing today, Tom?
Good.
Mr. Tatsu.
What up?
And we have NDOCR as well.
Hey, what's up?
And topic of conversation today is going to be strictly Street Fighter Cross Tekken and everything that encompasses that game, good or bad.
Dun, dun, dun.
Bum 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 bum. Time outs every game. But no, like straight up, legitimate. We're going to talk about actual gameplay, the politics behind it, some of the bad moves Capcom has done, some of the public perceptions which may or may not be accurate, and etc. It's like I was going through writing down all the things, and it's like Pandora. It's like opening Pandora's box. That's how much. Anyways, gems. What do you guys think about gems? Not boost gems.
Boost gems?
Yes. I guess I can kind of make this. Tatsu, what do you think about boost gems?
Boost gems are cool. It's like the fact that you can pretty much customize how you play.
Right. You can. There's some characters that have weaknesses that you can compensate for with.
Right. You
sort
can
of
cover
clever placement of gems.
Weaknesses up, or at least make it easier on your character just by having certain gems on.
Right.
And if not that, it's always nice just to have choices like, what if I ever wanted to play like a fast Vega versus just like a Vega that gets a lot of meter.
Yeah, it makes it a little more unique to your personal gameplay.
Right.
Any thoughts, Andy?
I like the gem idea. I thought it was like really good, especially characters with low health that kind of need the gems, because this game, the combos do a shitload of damage.
Yeah, they do. Most people don't realize that you can kill a character in like 2.5 combos if you have the right. If you have meter and you have the right team composition. Like off of a jumping, I can do like 600 with 2 meters with my team, and most characters float around like 1,000.
You get like Oki afterwards too, so
yeah.
it's like
Tough.
I think it's fair because some of the like the requirements for activation seems kind of tough. Like you would have to be taking a beating in order for the gem to activate.
That's a good point.
It's not like, you can't just like press a button and start glowing.
It's actually it's more intuitive. Like you have to think about it. Okay. But it's like there's a reason why the gems activate. They don't activate randomly. So
right.
you're purposefully setting up your gems for a reason. It's not just. It's kind of like this is a new idea. This has been around in a lot of different games.
It's like runes in League of Legends and Masters.
I have the same
customized.
The same thing with like even Marvel. I feel like Marvel in some ways has this like MMO type feel. But back to like the subject at hand. Tom, what do you think about? What is your opinion on the subject at hand?
Are we talking about you just boost gems specifically, or gems in general?
We can talk about assist gems after we clear that.
Boost gems are totally good. I think they should be put into games or into tournaments. That there's been I've talked about this with people that maybe it might alleviate some of the timeout problems with damage boost, because I have seen people that'll it stacks, right? Like if you put three power gems on someone, do you do 30% more damage if they're all activated? Does that work?
Definitely.
Yeah, see, that would alleviate some of the timeout problems that people are complaining about by having characters that just come in, they do a combo that has now 30%, more damage added onto it.
Yeah.
So I think that would alleviate some of the problems that people have with the game, because everyone is passing judgment on a game that you know, for all intents and purposes, not being played the way it's intended to be played. So
100%
problems are coming up that Capcom didn't anticipate to have in the first place.
Yeah.
Going back to the power boost gems, I think there's also the argument that it's like, what happens when you just counter that?
Yeah.
Like
I was
nullify
Then
all
it's
the
like having
damage
no
by giving,
gems.
by giving a defense gems.
Yeah.
Like,
I guess it
say
depends
you
on the
have, like,
playstyle of the two players. Then,
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes we're gonna have timeouts, and sometimes we're gonna have lots of KOs. I think it's just the nature of the game, and people should just accept it.
It depends on the characters being played and the people playing them.
Pretty much. Some players aren't very good at generating offense, or they
Hell
play
yeah.
a much more defensive game. So
That is so true, dude.
timeouts are realistically expected from those guys.
It's while I was commentating at the Civil War 4 stream, I noted the same thing with like Dominion, for example. I don't mind his timeouts because that's
He wants timeouts. You know?
yeah, that's his playstyle is to
That's
be
how he
defensive. And he could make it like to even play devil's advocate. He could make timeouts worse because he could put like defensive gems on. Imagine playing Dominion's guy with defense gems and life boost gems.
I think that it introduces a whole nother meta game to the game, because then you have to think about your gem loadout against another person, which would be exciting to me, like to explore something like that. But as the current state of the game right now, like, it's kind of something that's on the back burner. I don't think anybody really cares about, because it's not really a tournament standard throughout, you know, all of the United States.
And to speak on that a little bit more about assist gems being a tournament legal, what do you guys feel about that?
That shit is gay.
It's
I think the assist gems were like a good idea until like we pretty much all realized that they're kind of unbalanced.
Oh yeah.
Like I thought auto block and auto attack would be pretty fair if it was gonna take like a full meter every time you had to use it. But it apparently with like some certain gem configuration that decreases meter usage or whatever. I'm not really sure which one it is, but yeah, like it cuts down the usage to like
1/8,
half a meter.
yeah.
Like, yeah, 1/8 a meter or something.
Well, it's not even a gem combo. It's just you buy these gems. And
It's just one gem, right?
yeah.
It's the pay to win gem.
Yeah, like that's pretty OP, and I think it was a bad
yeah.
move.
I like what my buddy Tom said. Arguing about assist gems is like arguing about Gil in Third Strike being tournament legal. And I
Right.
think that's pretty valid in my opinion. Because that's a pretty. He's obviously a broken character. He's supposed to be not fair.
I feel like assist gems were put in a game by Capcom to allow bad players to
To get first on ranking boards.
yeah. Well, I mean, I guess to let them play casually, so to speak. But being that it's allowed on you know, ranked gameplay, like,
Yeah.
I get that the majority of the matches I lose online and ranked are usually to people that have pay to win gems. You know, like, I can beat you if I get this one opening. Like, I'll kill your character, but you just blocked like 4 different things without blocking 4 different things, and then my offense is completely shut down because you mashed a dragon somewhere. Like, it really just pisses me off.
It's not indicative
think
of the,
that, like,
the true gameplay that
Yeah.
Street Fighter Cross Tekken offers. And it's kind of unfortunate because it's like, okay, you build a solid game and then you disrupt what could be PR with bad decisions, bad marketing decisions. I made a comment the other day. I actually woke up and I just like, man, I feel like just expressing myself on Twitter like people do. And I wrote that I think if Street Fighter Cross Tekken was released before Street Fighter 4, people would think about Street Fighter 4 in the way that they think about Street Fighter Cross Tekken now.
Right.
And it's just...
That,
Go ahead.
that's pretty true, because people compare the games, like, they rate how good Cross Tekken is, like, with 4, and if it's different from 4, like, in any way, they start thinking that it's stupid, because, like, apparently 4, like, sets the bar, but 4 itself was dumb, like, equally dumb. Like, the stuff in 4 is, like, ridiculous, like,
Come on, man.
Ultra Meter and all this stuff, like,
winning
people
to losing.
Everyone
Yeah.
was complaining about 4 in the beginning too.
it's like the same complaints, like,
I mean,
these
I seem
guys-
to be the only one that remembers this, but
yeah,
I remember
it's like
complaints about like mashing jab,
Yeah,
FADC uppercut,
the
mashing
same,
uppercut.
Except now they like the dudes that complain about the comeback mechanics, like stupid comeback mechanics, complain about a lack of comeback mechanics in this game.
Yeah, like you just can't please him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't know, man. Bison standing roundhouse. That looked a lot of fun.
Yeah, sure. That was one of the best things. That was a good time.
I like that button.
Good move. Would hit again.
So we were talking about comparing the two games. With that, I don't think I can tie that in. Let's talk about the timeouts then. Let's talk about time managing, and is it actually a problem with Street Fighter Cross Tekken, like if it was in any other game? Tom, you want to open that up, or do you have any thoughts?
Yeah, like I think I've accepted timeouts as part of the game now, or currently. I mean, we don't know how it would be with gems because we haven't really been able to like play with them, so to speak. But as it stands, it's just a part of the game, and it's something that if you enjoy the game, you'll enjoy it. You'll say that it's part of the game. I mean, there are other Street Fighters where, you know, I think it's definitely not as prominent in other games as it is in this one. But I mean, it does exist in other games. But
have you ever seen Steve H versus Justin Wong in CVS2?
Exactly, like CVS2, like they would play a 3 out of 5 set, and it would take 6 hours.
He's not even joking.
Like, if anyone remembers that shit, like that was like watching paint dry sometimes. But people still really liked CVS2 back then. It's just a part of the game, and I think people just need to accept that it is part of the game now, currently. And it doesn't, for me, it doesn't make anything less entertaining. I remember playing games with West and having the timeouts come down to like, getting in, getting a throw, and then the time going to 0 before the throw animation would finish. And then that in that moment though, like where everyone's waiting to see like this throw will kill him, but the timer's almost at 0. So what's gonna happen? And it was at that moment that Wes was like, man, this game can be hype, but people don't understand it. So I think that kind of really turned it around for me. I'll still say that, like, man, this game's stupid every time like somebody times me out, but I'm just as guilty as anyone else of timing someone else out too, because it's something that you have to accept.
It's a good feeling. Personally, it's a good feeling when someone's trying to time me out, and I make that clutch combo that's like there's like 1 second left. That if I don't pull off the combo to get the life lead, I lose. But then I get it, and then it's like time over, and they're like, "Fuck! I should have not ran away. I should have like defended a little better or something." But it causes a sort of tension.
That happens a lot in timeouts too. It's along the same lines as having the throw animation happen as the clock is ticking down. Where the person tries to run away and then they make a mistake, and then you open them up with a combo that just pushes them over the edge. Like, that's entertaining, I think.
It absolutely. It should have the reverse effect of what it does now. It has an added variable of tension that the time can create that people aren't willing to see quite yet. Do you guys Turner Rival have any thoughts on that?
Timeouts aren't really prominent in other games. Like, even though timeouts happened in SF4, it was like 2% of the time, maybe.
Yeah.
Like even in tournaments, like you never really had to pay attention to time. There's no sense of pressure. It's almost like you were playing on infinite time the entire time.
Yeah, most matches don't go past like 50 seconds on the clock.
But I mean, I guess my argument would be like timeouts aren't really a problem, because to say timeouts are a problem would be to say that you could ignore everything else about the game, like health management, damage optimization. Yeah, like, because I know people who complain about timeouts will complain about timeouts, and then the next second they'll be doing like a combo that scales
jab, jab, cross rush,
and costs like 2 meters or something. Like you can't do that. Like,
well, man, I was about to make a point, and it's as if the time from 99 to 0. Nothing, like none of that was accounted for at all. When you can kill a character in like 10 seconds.
Like, yeah, nothing was happening in that time. Like, players were just kind of walking back and forth, and it's like, come at me, bro. And then the other guy was like, no, you come at me, bro.
It's like all he saw was time. The whole match, nothing happened except for the words "time over" on the screen. That's all they saw. Like, time over. I knew it. I knew it. Street Fighter Cross
Tekken. Because I know for sure when like me and Andy play, timeouts happen at most like 10% of the time, which I think is pretty fair. Because I mean, I know they happen more often in Cross Tekken, but
yeah.
Even then, it's not like those wins weren't legitimate or whatever, or they weren't hype.
Tatsu?
Yeah, I heard about Ares. He talked about it the other day. He was saying that I think during Tekken Tag 2, or no, Tekken Tag, the original Tekken Tag, like timeouts was a problem because of like how the 2v2 system is implemented, where like health regenerates fast when you tag out and stuff. And like it's been a problem in that game, but in that game it wasn't as boring, but it was there. And like it's just the fact that the whole system of like 2 players tagging out and you have to kill one guy in order to like win the game, and like people get really cautious because of that. Like the whole idea of I gotta save my one guy, because if he dies, the game is over. It's not like Marvel where you take out 2 guys. So people play more cautiously and more like reserved, as opposed to just like unloading and like, alright, I got a second character to work with now.
Yeah, it's not as if you have one character in the back that you can press 4 buttons and then they become super strong because you beat their first character.
Yeah.
Great mechanic.
Yeah, it's like that. I don't think timeout is a problem, because I don't think people are doing the right combos and like managing the meter correct ways.
Yeah.
And like even sometimes when people do like the level 3s, I kind of question why they did it, because usually do it to like stop people from like staying in the game, because like it takes out their gray health.
Yeah, yeah.
It's some people, some people just do it for fun. They're like, oh, I have 3 bars, I'm gonna do it. So it makes no sense.
Do you want to use it to like end a match, not just like end a round, go to the next one? Do you want to use it to end a match or handicap their strong character? Like
cripple the character.
Exactly, because if they have like 10% health, they're not going to tag them in. They shouldn't tag them in unless it's a killing combo. But you see it happen. Just people like, I have a level 3. I'm gonna do it on Wake Up because that's what I do in Street Fighter 4 when I have an Ultra.
Yeah, and they use like an Ultra, but it's not an Ultra. And then they complain when it doesn't do enough.
Yeah, it accomplishes more things than people are using it for. It switches out your character, and it gets rid of their recoverable health. So that essentially makes it so they can't make their character back into a character that they should be using. And it switches out. Say you have a low health character, it allows you to recover your lower health character's life and switch back into possibly a character who has a lot of life. So it does. Hello?
Did we lose somebody? Did somebody fall over?
So it does many of things.
Yeah, like even in boxing, it's like there's guys who KO, right? And then there's guys who are looking to win their score after like all the rounds are over.
That's a strategy. Yeah, that's a legitimate.
Yeah, it's like a legitimate strategy.
To win by points rather than win by power.
I like how you
can't
pointed that out.
Discredit Dominion for playing lame.
That's a strategy.
He's the boxer that wins by points. That's kind of the long and short of it.
Yeah. And that's true across the board. Every game he plays. I really need to have him on. I'd like to talk to him. Such a cool guy. So nice. But back to the match. Let's see what else we got here. We talked about gems. We talked about time. We talked about level 3 somehow. I'm glad we did, because I don't have that written down.
I have a little more to say on the level 3 thing.
Sure.
That could be related to health management.
Okay.
Me and Face talked about using level 3s as, you know, like if you get an opening to use it at like the start of a round. And a lot of people like don't agree with that, or don't even agree with using a level 3 unless it's going to kill someone. But the fact that it takes away the gray health from someone, it leaves them in a funny situation where if you do happen to get another opening, let's say Well, let's say in a normal match, if you're not using a level 3 and you're taking away health, you're doing damage to them, and they have Gray Life. It's okay for them, or I think it should be okay, more people should start doing this, to just raw tag that character out and then take the damage on the character that's coming in. Because when the damage levels out, from them taking that damage coming in, the character,
Sorry.
The character that's been tagged out is sitting back there healing. And also the character that's in is going to have gray health also. So the damage that you actually take is much smaller than what it looks like initially. But if you do a level 3 to somebody, now they're left in this situation where if I tag this character out, he doesn't have any more healing health. Or he doesn't have the gray health to heal up. And the character coming in, the damage ratio for the raw tag is much higher now because they're not recovering anything. So I think that's something I'd do it. Like it's in my game. Yeah, exactly. like if I can get play footsies and then just get low forward team super, then I will. Like I think I completely think that it's worth it. And it puts them on the back foot immediately. You can always build meter back for your characters. It's better to use, and it's kind of something that Kevin's always taught us when we were playing Third Strike. I think you get meter really fast in this game, and it's better to use it when you can, rather than to sit on it. And like dying with meter is like the stupidest thing on the planet. So
that I can totally 100% agree with.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And there's like a crazy thing with level 3 where it's like, if you do it when you hit 2 characters, it actually keeps the original character in, like, if he tries to tag out. Ooh. So it's kind of like a snapback. Yeah, it's kind of like a snapback thing. Where if, he tags in or he cross rushes in and you catch both of them, and you want to keep the original guy that's in, you just do a level 3, and after the combo, he stays in. Like, most people don't even know that yet.
Wow, that's really like, because you can hit confirm into it too, like, so that you can do a fast move first if it's if it's like a cross rush or not a cross rush that's slow, but like an unsafe DP.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's like, I think that's what me and Tatsu have been doing to keep people in, but they don't even recognize that their character is still in until after they died.
One thing
that's sneaky. I like that.
I really like to point out is that whether I have an opinion of how it should be used or somebody else has a conflicting opinion, the good thing about it is that we have strong reasoning behind it, and that's something I really like about this game. Is you can have a lot of thought that's backed up by gameplay.
While you're doing something.
Yeah, you can actually thoroughly think about something, and this is why I did this. It happened because of this, and it worked. Like, you can theorize it, and that's what I like about this game. There's a lot of thinking you can be doing about it.
I was talking to someone this morning about the game, actually, and I think I came to the realization that I make more decisions in Cross Tekken than I do in any other game, like, per second, or, like, per minute. I have to make more, like, strategic decisions, and, like, those decisions end up counting a lot by the end of the match.
APMs. Like StarCraft.
DPMs. Them DPMs.
StarCraft, dude. Fighting game, like, StarCraft.
Do I keep this character in? Do I let him heal? Do I cripple this character of a level 3?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like just a lot of thought that you have to put in.
I
think that's what I like about the game too.
That's one of the reasons why people are turned off about the game, though. There's too many mechanics. There's like too many stuff to, like, alpha counter, launch, tag out, like all this shit. Like, people aren't ready for it.
Safe raw tags set.
Yeah, safe raw tag setups, like, people don't understand why people
safe
do that.
raw tags are fucking huge.
Yeah.
That's like my entire game plan.
And comboing, hit confirming into launchers to get the least amount of mitigation.
Yeah.
For example,
instead of doing just chain into launcher.
I was with Sagat, if I confirmed that I jumped over a fireball, I had the Street Fighter mindset where I would just jump around house, slow forward, tiger uppercut. And I was like, yeah, that did lots of damage. But I found that I can just do jump around house, crouching fierce into launcher. And that does a lot of damage because I go into Jin and then I do a big combo with Jin and then it does like almost twice as much damage as I did with the Sagat.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that's so fucking. It's like it's the Street Fighter 4 mindset when they go into this, and then now they go back and go, "Oh, dude, why did we time out? We were doing all the combos."
Yeah.
And I'm like,
I was doing my combos.
look at the combos you were doing. Look
You
at
did
all
all
the
the
meter you
combos.
still have. Yeah,
I did jab, jab, jab in the cross rush.
yeah. Then I supered afterwards. I got that 350 damage.
Why do supers only do pixels worth of damage? This game's stupid.
Yeah, and pretty much back to like the whole like decision making thing. I guess like especially in 2v2, I like 2v2 because you actually have to make more decisions than you have to do in 1v1. Because like knowing when to tag in for your partner or whatever, like that's a
Yeah,
decision that has a lot of weight to it. Because your partner might not like what you're doing.
Oh yeah, you can't be like freaking daydreaming and shit while the other fool's playing.
Yeah,
'Cause,
like
yeah,
the
you
second
can
part is
randomly-
actually pretty important because
Yeah,
if the first guy, like, if the guy in point does like an unsafe chain because he like messed up a hit confirm,
yeah.
it's like the anchor's job to tag himself in pretty much.
I had a moment the other day. I actually got pissed off. I was playing with I was playing with an Ibuki player, and I was playing Sagat. It's actually pretty good team, Sagat Ibuki. But I was on the ropes. Like I had low life, he had a good amount of life. We had meter, but I felt like I shouldn't DP because he suspects I'm a DP. I'm just gonna whiff, and he shouldn't tag in. So I waited, and then I low jabbed because he didn't do anything, and then my partner tagged in off of my low jab, and we died. I got I was so pissed off. Because he thought I was going to match the DP, but I didn't. So it's one of those communication things that you can't... I mean, what's weird is when I play with my friend Tom here, like, we can be on the same page. You know? Like, we feel each other's thoughts. That might sound like super homo, but, I mean, like, we're on the same wavelength. I think one time we were playing... it was when Vi came and bodied us in our room. But we had this one moment of like, yeah, I was feeling that. You knew what I was going to do. And like, we just felt like we were one.
Yes!
Yeah, that's pretty homo.
I digress.
We're soulmates at that moment.
Sticks are touching. Joysticks are touching.
That tagging was meant to
I know what you mean though, because like the best players in the best team players aren't necessarily the best single players, but they could still win tournaments, like me and Andy.
For example, myself and my partner.
Because honestly, I don't consider me and Andy to be like the best players in 1v1 format. We just simply do better in 2v2 because we make better decisions than other people.
I like the contrast, sort of, between you two. And I like the sort of overall gameplay effectiveness. Like, if Andy OCR has good life and you get a good combo and he'll go in the launcher and then there's like a combo you guys do that always... It's like Vega makes a cameo, he's like, hey, what's going on guys? A little bit of damage. Let's put Nina back in there. And it probably does more damage than like a bread and butter Nina combo. Am I correct in that thinking?
And what we do is, our entire game plan is built around the fact that I'm a selfish player and I want to do 90% of the work. So what happens is, whenever I land an exchange, combo into launch, I want Andy to get me back in. And pretty much in the beginning we had to use meter for it by using switch cancel. And then we found out Nina could just do it for free by doing a manual launch at the end of her juggle.
Yeah.
Oh.
Why use the meter?
Yeah, because like, I think the thing about exchanges are, even though Vega gets a lot of them, which he does because he's like, his pokes are ridiculously long.
This is sounding more and more
Messes
sexual
up your
when we
team
talk
order
about
if
it.
you just like do it without thinking. So, say like, I'll have matches where I'll just exchange someone in and then they won't find a way out, like they don't know how to get out, and then they'll just kind of get screwed by there. But with Nina, Nina can tag herself back into Vega and then nothing's changed. I mean, I'll keep her in if, or like Andy will stay in if I have like, if Vega has recoverable health.
I was just about to mention that.
Yeah, but other than that, I'd rather stay in and just do my thing.
And
Yeah, dude. I don't care like what goes on as long as we split the pot at the end. So, you can, like do whatever you want. Do all this crazy shit. as long as you win.
And this all ties in.
Mindset.
Sorry, what were you saying, Tom?
I said that's a good mindset.
It's a I kind of wish we had 2v2 tournaments now in like in local availability, so me and you control people with that. It's just
That would be godlike. I don't think there's enough interest though, because everyone like sucks really bad at the game here. So they're like, you quit and play Street Fighter 4.
Yeah.
So that, I think the first tournament we had in Charlotte had almost 40 something people in it, and the numbers have just been dwindling ever since because nobody knows what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah. And that I was gonna go into the life management thing, but now that you bring that up, I would like to bring up the public perception, the way it's perceived by people, and I just gulped because I was uncertain about saying this certain word, but I would just say it because I don't give a dang crap. But it's sort of sheep mentality people have, is to like, I saw this on a YouTube video, this is how it's played, this is how I think. I guess I'll open this up. It's sort of human nature to follow what's already been established and not think for yourself, to put it bluntly. And it's difficult to do that though when you don't know what the rules are, because not only have they not been discovered yet, but the quote-unquote untrained eye doesn't know how to see it or how to discover it for themselves. So it's not like I'm bashing people I'm not bashing people that think Street Fighter Cross Tekken is a bad game. I'm kind of bashing the reason why people think it's a bad game. Like, almost 100% of the time I see people say it's a bad game, they don't in detail what specifically is your problem, what is specifically the game's problem. And I admit there are some things in the game that aren't ideal, like, for example, infinites, and those in my opinion should get patched out, but solutions within the gameplay are not being discovered to their fullest potential. Like, even myself, I probably do a lot more work than more people can. But even myself, I still haven't figured out everything completely. And the more I spend time in the lab, the more interesting it becomes. But again, people who don't have that ability to see those kinds of things, I can see why they would sort of like just throw it over their shoulder. This game's stupid.
Yeah, it doesn't help that 80% of the player base is like hate.
Yeah, Stream Monsters is just what they're built to do.
Yeah, dude, like, it's like the cool thing to do. It was like when 4 came out, all those fools from like 3S started talking shit. It's cool because some of the stuff was valid. It was like, their arguments there was valid. But like, and then Marvel 2 started bashing on Marvel 3. And it's valid and stuff, but like the stuff that are, especially the 09ers that are talking shit on Cross Tekken, like, it's the hardest thing for me to understand why, like, these guys are playing 4 and stuff, and they're playing like Balrog, Mash Jab. It's cool, right, to Mash Jab with Balrog, but it's not cool to do the same thing in a different game with a different character.
Because the timeouts, guy.
Yeah, it's a timeout. Like, I
can't get combos. My supers don't do damage. Because I jab, headbutt.
I never understood like how people don't think the game's interesting when those same people do like low jab, low short, headbutt. Like that's my combo. That's my bread and butter. Whereas in this game, your bread and butter is like fierce electric wind god fist, fierce electric wind god fist, fierce electric wind god fist, tag cancel into some cool ass shit with another character. Like the character that's in there just keeps bouncing around because he's getting beat up by 2 different dudes. The game's not interesting, but I'm gonna go back to this one and do a 3-hit combo for like 20 damage. So
yeah, dude, there's like no logic in that. And then I keep waiting for like some guy to come out and like offer like, a bunch of valid reasons, but no one has come out so far to like say anything close.
I'm trying, man. Why you gotta put me on the spot like that?
The fact of the matter is,
but I feel
everyone who's complaining about Cross Tekken right now aren't really players who placed top 8 in the first place. Like, I don't see their names being written anywhere in the top 8 list. I don't think their opinion matters. Why should I give a shit?
That's pretty
like,
much
I need someone with credibility. Like, if Justin came out and said Cross Tekken's the worst game he ever played, I'd be like, okay.
I'm confident in saying
that's
Justin
one opinion. But I'd respect it a lot more.
the thing is, players like that don't care to advertise it because who gives a shit? I play Street Fighter 4, Marvel, I make the money off that, and I play Street Fighter Cross Tekken, and it's fun. So why does it matter to me?
Yeah, like a lot of the guys in top 8 play every game and don't complain. They just kind of play every game and get really good at that game, despite like all the changes in rule sets or changes in mechanics. They just simply adapt and win.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of that's missing from everyone else. You know? I don't mean to be like freaking 1% elitist guy, but
Yeah.
that's pretty how the situation has been.
I'm very appreciative of, like, for example, Ultra Chen, who are making the effort to sort of teach, you know, people outside of the quote-unquote elitist top 8, etc. Because that is very needed in FGC. Because you have that in other communities, like StarCraft 2 has Day 9, Husky StarCraft, HD StarCraft. Their commentary is all about, well, not only their love for the game, but educate their community. And I think we're missing that. Somebody is breathing hard into the mic. It's like,
I'm just gonna put my mic up my nose, guys.
it's like the Street Fighter Cross Tekken talk was just making you horny. It's just this is exactly what I needed. Suck it to my veins. Porn breaks. Somebody wrote that in the chat. Yeah, we got a couple of good number of viewers. Let's see, what else can we talk about? Are we all I like how my face is barely on the chat right now. It looks kind of cool, like I'm sneaking up on somebody. But are we all satisfied with the political aspect as far as public opinion? What's happening?
Yeah, I think we've established that most of the people that complain game are also the people that are bad at it.
And suck at every other game.
Yeah, that too.
Nice comment, faggot. Inside joke. Hey Tom, how was your day at work?
Man, fucking get bossed around by a 19-year-old.
All right.
That's the long one.
Alpha counters.
Dickhead.
All right. Alpha counters. They cost 1 meter. They must be activated when you're blocking, and you can also tag off of them and do more damage off certain characters. And what do you guys think about alpha counters?
Not used enough. I don't think even at the highest level of the game, people are using them enough.
100% agree. I think Rolento specifically is like super free to alpha counters.
Yeah, the characters that are easy to tag in from are the same ones that are easy to alpha counter.
Yeah, like Patriot Circle is completely free to alpha counters. But the real question is it worth the meter at that moment? That's in my opinion. Like if you have, for example, Ryu Rolento, if you've already done like half damage to Ryu and he hasn't done much damage to your point capture, basically if you have the life lead, if you have the net life lead, and you're playing against Rolento, you don't have to go to him at all because the only way he's doing his good stuff is by you going to him. And him going to you is total dick. He has no good overheads, his jump is floaty, and at best he's going to chip you and poke at you. And maybe put you in a good position to put in Ryu. But he doesn't have the life lead, and you can alpha counter him for free. Is my point.
Yeah. I wish Alpha Counter could be used more as like an offensive tool rather than a defensive tool, but it feels like it's a waste. Because let's say I want to keep someone in the game, and I know they're going to mash uppercut or some shit and try to Alpha Counter that back. Like, it seems half of the time the tag is still like successful, but all I did was just knock 2 guys down. And the second
I think it depends on your character composition as to how effective your Alpha Counter is. 'Cause I know my team, like Ken into Heihachi, like, it's pretty good. Like if I alpha counter into the if I spend 2 bars, I get like half life.
Oh yeah, you could probably kill him. Yeah, like for sure. Like dudes like Guile and Ken benefit from it so much in multiple ways.
Vega's alpha counter really sucks because it's like an EX cosmic heal which doesn't exist. I can't really get much out of that. So my team hasn't been able to do much alpha counters, but I think it's a good mechanic just because most alpha counters end in a really long knockdown that allow you to raw tag out.
So you probably just get like a hard knockdown and maybe a raw tag.
Yeah, I just raw tag out and just like, yeah haul ass.
Do you like that Looney Tunes? It's like a snow trail behind you.
King of Fighters and stuff, they have like this thing where it's kind of like an alpha counter where it, like, knocks you back, and people use that. Like, at least the top players, they use that to corner somebody. And like, I was trying to apply that to Street Fighter Cross Tekken, and very unsuccessful.
Point taken.
Yeah, doesn't work in this game.
Oh no, I think alpha counters are cool though. I mean, I get like 270 damage off Vega's level 2 anti-air, which is like Bloody High Claw. And then I think if I land 2 alpha counters, it actually does more damage than that. Because I think it does like 150, 150. But I'm not sure. So, I mean, the damage is there.
And I like that all the characters have different... Like, not all alpha counters are the same. Like, Hugo... Or, excuse me, Julia... And I used to play Julia Hugo, and off of Julia's alpha counter, I couldn't combo into anything with you. Like such like you said with Vega.
Super
and
shitty.
You've got Abel who has the roll, so you can't tag in off of that.
Abel's is super interesting though, because then you might be able to get like full punishes off his alpha counter.
And it switches the character's position, so if you're in the corner and you alpha counter, it puts them in the corner.
Mm-hmm. Like, I'm pretty sure if Abel alpha countered, like, Patriot Circle,
yeah,
he could just, like, do a free jump in or something.
Oh, yeah, the other foot.
Yeah, EX Patriot Circle for sure, he can do a full combo after he alpha counters it.
Not just, like, stand short, cross rush, launch, or, like...
I think he can get a full jump in. Like, it still has to recover, too. It depends on when he alpha counters, though. If it's early, for sure, but anything, like, after that, there's probably going to be too much.
And if not that, then at least he's getting like a Crouch Fierce into whatever combo happens after that.
Yeah, Crouch Fierce
into
the EX Shoulder Rush if he has the meter. He gets really good damage off of that. Or he could just do a boost chain into the other character coming in.
Yeah.
Wow, we've talked about almost everything.
Does it make you happy?
A little bit. Wake up options. Oh, we could talk about like situations as far as rolling, quick stands, hard knockdowns, deciding not to quick stand. Tom.
Yes.
Let us discuss, like gentlemen, the options of reading that new novel. Wake up options.
You mean like after like getting knocked down?
Yeah, because most people come from this. I can't remember where I heard it from. Javits. I was talking to Javits online, and he was like, "There's no vortex in this game, so I mean, it's not really interesting." It's like his tone was no vortex, no legitimate wake up for situations, and I completely disagree. Because it's you have more decisions available to you offensively and defensively. For example, let's say your character, one of the first initial complaints that made me angry was when a friend of mine was like, "You can't keep somebody in the corner; they can just roll out." It's like, well, jump to where they would roll at and position yourself to where they'd be faced towards the corner, so you can get an ambiguous cross up or keep them in the corner. It's a very simple solution, but. It's as if I don't have a meaty option, therefore this game sucks.
I think it's the difference between like going for the fat nuts mix-up, where that's going to give you a bunch of damage, and choosing positioning, and then playing off of that. And I think in most cases, I go for the fat nuts because it's kind of the kind of player that I've always been. I've always wanted to just be in your face, but like and also too, like playing against West. Who does play Infiltration's team? He's really good about just keeping positioning over that, and that's really annoying to roll and still have your back to the corner, or to just quick stand and still be in the corner, and then having to deal with Ryu low strong, it's 4 frames, hit confirmable into lots of damage. Like just like the positioning options and the thought process that goes behind your wake up. Like there's a lot of decisions that you have to make after you're watching your character hit the ground.
And that's what I personally like about it. It's more interactive. It feels more like I'm playing the person rather than the character.
All right, and that was one of the first things that that I really liked, that when I found out about the roll thing, was that there wasn't like a set in stone. Here's an option select. You have no choice but to deal with it. Yeah,
block and then make decisions. Block, backdash. Oh shit! Another option select. Fuck you, Balrog. Team Eternal Rival, would you gentlemen care to comment on the subject matter?
I don't like SF4 Ibuki. That's all I have to say.
That guy loves the roll, though.
Mr. Andy.
Oh yeah, dude. I think this game has way better wake up than the other game. I mean, the other game is like, it becomes like a cycle of freaking option selects into like meaties and shit, and like it gets really predictable and there's no way out. Like I know Combo Fiend and stuff have talked to me about it, and they think it's like it's really stupid when you depend on option selects to win all your games because there's like no train of thought involved. Here's like a set of guidelines, just use it.
Yeah, and that goes back to the sheep mentality kind of point that I discussed earlier, and it's that I have to apply one game's winning combination to another, and it's simply not the case. It's Street Fighter Cross Tekken. It's not CVS2, it's not Third Strike, it's not Street Fighter 4, it's not Marvel, it's not Tekken.
You have to treat it as a different rule set.
It's a different beast.
I think the reason the game that is how it is, or like how this game is with all the decision making, I know for me and Jibbo is like the same reason.
You just call me Jibbo, you're my personal friend, man. You don't pay attention.
Yeah, me and Dukas McPoopas here. Like, see, that's one that I
apologies. I just
reserve when it's just me and you.
Bad.
No homo. One of the reasons we're drawn to Street Fighter Cross Tekken is the decision making.
Bacon.
And there's another game that we both really like that involves a lot of that creativity and decision making, and that's Third Strike. And I think that's the reason that we're so drawn to it, and I also think that's the reason that people are so turned off by it, because Third Strike had the same reception, I believe, when it first came out, and people didn't know how to fuck to play that either. I think most of America still doesn't know how to play that game.
No one knows how to get through Chun-Li still, so people just give up.
Whatever, man.
And
yeah.
My Hugo like beats top tier Chuns. Just saying. Somebody jumped in 720 on a well-known Chun-Li player at NEC, but I'm just saying. Somebody did. I'm sorry. I'm being very distracting.
Beat Ricky in 2 money matches.
Well, you wouldn't have beat him if he practiced the game anymore.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Mr. Ryan Hunter brings about a good question and a good topic. He said that on the Fray, as you guys mentioned earlier, they mentioned that the game is unquote unsalvageable. There's something fundamentally wrong with the game and it can't be fixed. If I may, I'd like to comment on that. I don't think it's the game, it's the people playing it. That's all.
Yeah, nothing's wrong with the game. People just suck.
I think we established that earlier.
Yeah, we kind of already answered this question.
There's a bunch of dicks, dude.
Why am I still placing top 8 and you're just some loser who hangs out on streams? I've never heard of you.
They should just change like the whole animation of the game so it looks like something else, so people don't think it's 4, and then fucking like complain about this not being Street Fighter 4 or some shit.
I think if the game was, like, that's a good point. I think if the game had a different skin on it, and it wasn't, Street Fighter Cross Tekken, if it was just anime big boob fighter or some shit, like I think it would probably have gotten a better reception, because people don't go into it with preconceived notions on how the game should play, rather than how you're supposed to play it.
Yeah.
There's like an expectation that's like there, but it's not supposed to be there.
Yeah.
And that's where I think Capcom fucked up. I mean, that's not something you can anticipate because honestly, other than like Seth Killian, they're not too involved with the community, in my opinion. As far as I've seen, they don't know us as a community. They only know us through Seth Killian, perhaps. I feel like I'm talking out of my ass right now, but for the most part, the point I'm trying to make is they didn't anticipate the community's reaction because they don't know the community itself. So how can you make a game that's more involved, that has decisions that are made, like not just on the screen? It's like there's so many variables you have to adjust on the fly that people can't identify on the surface of things. I feel like someone who wants to say things right now.
It's weird because like I never played the game during the old betas or whatever. They were showing it at Evo and like E3 and shit, but I think the reception at the time was really good, and everybody was like, "Oh, you know, this game is sick. There's like 2 characters, easy ass combos, and, like you kill people really fast. It's like there's more mind games and less execution.
More fast paced.
Yeah. I'm like, oh shit, it's so sick. I'm just gonna wait for it to come out and play it. And all these fools like go and play all the beta, and they're like all dick riding the game. I like,
yeah.
And then when the game comes out, they're like, oh, this game is shit. I'm like, dude, you beta tested like 5 times. Why didn't you say anything? You wait until the game's out and then you start bitching. Like it's
That's
too
because
late.
they weren't losing in the beta test.
Yeah,
They're
like,
just playing, you know, Joe Blow from Bumfuck, and you know, they start playing good players and getting blown up. They're like, well, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, so the game must be bad.
So how could this be Capcom's fault when like all you did was write good shit about it every single beta test? Like every single time they brought it to an event, you're like all over that shit, and then now you fucking just want to get away from it.
To further Mr. Hunter's question here, and it's kind of playing to the theme of pleasing the crowd. What do you think would have to be done so that the game is more accepted by those kinds of people that don't like it? Silence.
This is obviously a theoretical or hypothetical question, because we don't think anything's really wrong with it.
Yeah.
Well, I think the obvious stuff that people would complain about is like jab. I think the first thing they'll talk about is the jab. I don't know how you would fix jabs because like they were showing frame data for other games and jabs more ridiculously like positive in other games in this game, but people don't see that because like,
Everyone's SF4 Sakura, but better.
yeah, like everybody's stand jab like in CVS2 is pretty cool, and like
Sagat's
SF4
Sagat
is
stand jab. You
Sucked.
can let go of the stick while he's stand jabbing you.
yeah, and
You'll
you
just keep
still stuck.
auto-blocking it.
You're stuck in there.
We
I
need
think-
more colors.
I think it's the fact that all these
I like
fools are
colors.
like in SF4, like nothing was a block string, right? So
Right.
you could just mash through everything.
What are we talking
In this
about, man?
game-
Low jab, low jab, low jab, low jab, low jab was a block string. You couldn't move out of that.
Oh yeah, that shit.
Oh,
But like,
excuse me,
all
low
these
jab,
other-
low short. That's what would be backdashes. If you're mashing backdash, if you're mashing a move like Ace Messiah, you get hit by low short and you get a combo. Sorry to
Yeah.
interrupt.
let's see how like, I don't know how they would fix it. I know the timer. I don't know if they could do much. Maybe they could like stop time when super animation is out. Like I could see that being like one way to fix it, but
I think that
That's
can
like
cause just as many problems.
yeah, that would cause another problem. Like
Yeah. I get KO'd too fast now.
yeah, now you die too fast. Now it's Marvel.
Yeah.
Now this game is too much like Marvel 3 now, and then I don't get it. And then people are like, oh, like there's no comeback mechanic. Pandora's ass. Like, do you want Pandora to be like X Factor? Like,
I think
People-
Pandora hasn't been explored fully yet.
yeah, for sure. Pandora is like, it's because of the timer issue. People don't know when to use it and stuff too.
I think
Like-
also Pandora was designed around gems too. Because what is the damage buff on Pandora? Like 30%?
Possibly. And your gems do stack with Pandora.
Yeah. So and then there would be gems for Pandora to make it do like 80% or something like that. Because I remember seeing, like, I think there were desk videos of or some video of like Ken doing a Pandora combo and it just doing retarded damage.
Hey, if you...
But
I'm sorry.
but like just the way that it is
I have
now,
ideas.
like Pandora is completely, it's useless. Like
I
I don't think
yet.
it was designed to be. I don't think it was designed to be played without gems. And it shows. I mean, no, like how many times have we seen anybody make a comeback with Pandora?
Now a lot of
It's
people in the
super
stream,
situational.
a lot of people in the stream are commenting how Pandora pushes your character back a little bit. There was a situation. Well, first I was gonna ask, maybe can you Pandora on Wake Up and that'll move you back? Do y'all even know anything about that? Like seriously, I never even thought about that.
Would it be invincible though?
No, there's no invincibility. I think you could beat it.
Because I know level 3, quarter circle back level 3 isn't invincible, and you can get stuffed out of it.
Yeah. I think it has the same properties as that. Well, you have you can do instant input, but you don't have any invincibility.
Okay. Right,
okay. Face told me one time he was playing against some dude, he jumped in on him, and the guy Pandora'd, and then just, like, dragoned him. Like, just, like, while he was, like, really high up in the air, so he got the juggle. So, I think he was playing with Ken. So he did jab dragon, and then got the stupid little low forward juggle, and it killed him.
That's what happened to me and a buddy of mine I was playing with. I think. Oh, okay. The people were playing against activated Pandora for some stupid reason, and my buddy was like, you know, whatever. I'm just gonna mash Dragon because this is stupid. And then he didn't realize that it pushed the other character back, so he did a Dragon Punch and it whiffed completely. And he did low force super and he did like half life. I was like, wow, I've never seen the Pandora windscreen before.
Yeah, it's like the other windscreens with super, but it's like really like blue and red and stuff.
It's like tie-dye.
Yeah.
Holy shit,
and
that's super interesting.
And you get a really cool icon for winning. It's like all Japanese characters. It looks like some bro's tattoo. It's pretty
really?
Cool.
It's like a tramp stamp. Can I get a Pandora tramp stamp? I've been trying to get a tattoo for the longest. I couldn't think of anything clever enough.
I know all the times I've activated Pandora, it's like a mistake, and I'm like in crouching position, and I try to do like the fucking Smash Brothers thing where two fools come in, but I'm in the crouching position, so I do it, and then I get 2 inputs for a low.
Yeah, that happens.
That happens a lot, dude.
You're not supposed to crouch when you.
Yeah, you have to go to neutral.
But yeah, that's really interesting. What Westab said.
We stab.
Yeah, I guess with Pandora you can, since you got free meter when you activate it, right?
Yeah.
You can pretty much just activate and then anti-air super with the character coming in.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. That's.
You also will lose all of your meter in the incoming round.
Yeah, that part sucks. I guess it's just like a really situational mechanic.
Yeah, I mean, if you're 1 round behind and you don't have much meter anyways, or even if you do have the meter, if it wins you the round, I think it's worth Pandora in that. Or if it's the last round, like you're both up around, and it's like maybe 15 seconds left on the clock, and Pandora's a good decision. Or even if it's like a game-winning decision, Pandora would be, I think, is considerable.
Was Pandora in like the test builds, like
no idea.
E3 and stuff? Like,
I'm not sure.
I think it was in the later ones.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was at the one at Evo.
Because Pandora was before Gems, right?
Yeah. It was. I know that was announced before Gems. Gems was a really, really, really late thing.
They should make it so Pandora is like Gil's Resurrection, but instead you go in the middle of the screen and you get all of your life and you kill the other person. That would make the other 95% who don't like this game like it.
So you want to make it like his Rainbow Super from Third Strike?
That would resurrect the game. See what I did there?
It would.
Pandora should just turn you into level 3 Wesker.
Oh yeah.
That's
You
what
get
that's
teleport.
Give you the same properties.
That's
Then
what people are asking
like
for.
it.
It's actually an assist. Wesker comes in and he does maximum Wesker while you're fighting the other character.
Maybe that's the biggest reason is that the
And-
scrubs don't have like something that they can do to win rounds with, like just randomly. You know what I mean?
They win with costumes and colors.
Oh yeah. Some of the dumbest fucking costume and color combinations known to man.
I like Samurai Hachi.
I didn't realize how stupid people were until I started playing like Street Fighter Cross Tekken. Everyone was making like metallic blue Ryus and
Glow stick, rave party.
yeah, like that plus them doing an EX and then the gems glowing and they're just like walking at you and they look like the underside of like a a 94 Honda Civic with neons.
Man, it sucks because a lot of the colors are like really shitty looking.
Yeah, dude, I don't get who the fuck made the palettes for him. Like the first two colors, yeah. The first color was like albino white, and then like charcoal black.
Tom, you know,
the tropical
a bunch of coal miners.
Yeah.
Remember Zoolander? Get the black lung.
Zoolander, dude.
Zoolander color.
But now my buddy, Tommy knows and Peter, he did the same shit just to be stupid. It was like, yeah, I bet nobody got this color combination.
Just like skin them up, make them all look. I think the glowing thing that's the most hilarious. If you just use all the neon colors on everything and then activate a gem, like you just look like a walking rave party. Like you can't even sometimes you can't even tell that they have a gem activated.
Fucking reading rainbow bullshit.
Yeah.
God damn, hooked on phonics teammates.
I think like another thing that didn't help this game was the Brady guide wasn't as good.
I think it was a decent starting. I'm sorry to interrupt, but I think it's a decent starting point. But as far as teaching you how to play the game, I completely agree.
What didn't you like about it?
Clockwork said that like when they were telling him to do the guide that it was like really tough conditions for him to work, and there was a lot of stuff he wasn't allowed to say, and then there was so many restrictions, and then there was a deadline to be met. So like half of the stuff he did was like half-assed. So yeah.
I know
What wasn't he allowed to say?
Like he wasn't allowed to talk about like some of the just DLC characters. He wasn't allowed to talk about that.
Right.
And then he wasn't allowed to like it was mostly legal issues. And then they gave him like a ridiculous deadline that couldn't be met. So half of the frame data was like incorrect.
Yeah, I noticed that myself.
Value dive kick plus 13 on block.
Yeah.
This can't be right.
Like it
Julia
can't be.
one frame super? That's definitely not true.
I think they got the active in the start reversed. I think it's 3 and it's 1 active. Maybe. Could be wrong. Don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah. And like if they give you the wrong information to start off with, and then people like look to the book for like answers to questions like mash jab and stuff, and they can't seem to find it because their frame data is wrong. Like they're like, oh fuck, dude, this game is broken. I give up. Even this guide can't save me. It's like if the Bible can't save you and like send you to heaven and shit, then you're done.
Why do I even buy this guide?
Yeah.
Hugo has no 3 frame normals. Fuck timeouts.
Yeah, dude. There's like no way out. So they're like, oh dude, this guide is worthless. This game can't be fixed.
This guy is dildos.
Well, I've ran out of things to talk about.
Oh no.
That was like the worst outro.
Yeah, I actually just turned the stream off right now.
Right there.
Hey guys, it's nice talking to
Don't ask us any questions.
you. Don't ask us any questions.
Yeah.
What was your choice conditioner, Tatsu? I'm very curious.
I used a Tresemme.
Ooh la la?
Pretty good. Yeah, ooh la la.
Do you currently still use the same condition?
No, I don't have much hair left to use conditioner on.
Are you growing it back out?
Conditioning every day.
Yes.
Did you rinse and repeat?
Did I what?
Rinse and repeat.
Oh yeah. Always good.
Well, random question for Andy. What do you think about Bison in this game?
Oh man, dude, I hate him.
He's playing Nina right now.
I'm playing Nina, so you know, like I almost stopped playing the game because I was trying so hard to like make Bison work. Like,
Yeah.
What was it? Des did like a tutorial video on like charge characters or some shit, and like one of the problems was he couldn't hold charge while like maintaining pressure, because a backdash would come out. Like,
Yeah.
backdash input would come out if you try to hold charge.
Yeah,
and walk forward.
if you hold back, press forward, and snap back and press kick to try to do like a scissor kick, Bison will do a backdash instead.
I
Yeah.
actually...
Stupid, man.
No. Check this out. In Street Fighter 4, remember if you would hold back while focusing, and you hit back one more time, you get a backdash.
Yeah.
It doesn't even have to be like you're hitting back. You can do back and then just wait a second and back. You'll get a backdash. It's the same concept for Bison charging a a
Yeah,
scissor kick.
His charge move is a scissor kick.
Yeah.
So that's why this happens. Like Guile, there's no problem and shit because you know he fireball kick.
I mean, it's kind of useless anyway, because what does Bison get after a scissor kick in this game?
Yeah, he doesn't get much.
Nothing.
He's like negative.
It depends on the. I think scissor kicks for Bison are for juggling, except for the light kick, which you can use for pressure or close range.
Yeah.
But I think you should space his jab Cycle Crusher because it has advantage if you space it properly, and it has double potential. Yeah, I made a video about it. I got my hands on my I got my hands on my hips right now. Yeah, I made a video on it.
I like gave up on that character.
Follow me on Twitter.
Follow me in real life.
That's cool. Like he has no wall bounce and like ground bounce. I thought you'd get something off a counter hit, but there's like.
And tagging off of Cycle Crushers looks pretty dirty. I mean, I'm just kind of like, I looked at it, I was like, wow, it looks pretty cool. But I think you can do stuff with that.
It's 2 hits no matter what, right?
It depends on the spacing.
Yeah, he's good with that, but if you want a character like that, there's like other archetypical characters that do the same shit, like Vega.
Yeah, he's not like Street Fighter 4 Bison, except having the same moves. He's more like Super Turbo Bison. Because his standing light kick, his close standing light kick is his 3-frame normal, as opposed to like a Street Fighter 4 was, as how short was. So to me, it's like you go up to them, you do stand light kick, you might throw them, you might do some pressure, you can poke them into a launch combo. He's like a sort of poke character. Actually his jump is really good.
Yeah, they nerfed his cross ups, so. He couldn't do those ambiguous jumping roundhouses or medium kicks. But like the one thing that they nerfed was his standing roundhouse too. Like that shit. Before it could anti-air sometimes. Now you'll get counter hit every time.
I think you're supposed to option select with his jumping strong. Like option select jump strong. If they jump, then I'm gonna counter hit them into a combo. If they don't and they're on the ground, I hit them with the second strong. You know what I mean? But I mean,
they should have given him Psycho Vanquish.
Psycho Bagels.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of jumping, but I like jumping as a reaction as opposed to start something.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, they seem to make Bison really gimmicky in this game. Like, they took out Scissor Kick, but they gave him like plus frames on whatchamacallit.
The Devil's Reverse
kind of bullshit.
Yeah, the follow-up on Head Stomp is like invincible or some shit. And then the Devil's Reverse is invincible on the way down. But you have to burn it either.
It's like a worse version of Vega Jumpy to me.
Yeah, you gotta burn meter in order to like get in. But when you get in, you like do invincible bullshit. Hopefully it hits so you land to a combo.
His walk speed's at least good, right?
Yeah, his walk speed's fine. Like, I think people could play him in a lame type of way, first character, but like I don't want to play like that.
I just thought it was some new things to talk about.
Yeah, like off a standing hard kick or off hard kick scissor kick, you could combo, right? But alright, in 4 you could combo off a roundhouse scissor kick off of medium attacks. But in this game you have to go for hard attacks. I think the only hard attack you combo off of is Fierce.
Oh, that's dumb.
But when the fuck are you ever gonna land a standing Fierce in someone's face unless it's like you're gonna poke with standing Fierce and then hopefully it hits so you can scissor kick?
Yeah.
Like the only time I ever did that combo was when they stun him, but this game has no stun. So how do you land that combo?
You probably do it in like a situation where you're gonna tag out anyways, and then you like juggle with the next character.
Yeah, possibly. That's the only way.
That's a lot of meter though. I mean, that's 1 meter just to like, I don't know if this is gonna hit or not.
Cause I saw like combo videos with Bison, and then the fool would land in like a jump Fierce and shit, and like I'm like, realistically, this fool is floaty. So if you can't really anti-air Bison, you're not really a good player to begin with. And like, and why would you jump Fierce into stand Fierce? Unless
there's combos and then there's training mode combos.
Yeah, these are training mode combos. I'm like, in the real world, you can't do this shit.
Yeah, unless like you jump over a fireball and you see it, it's there. That's like the only situation I can think of. Or like if to punish a raw tag. But that's shouldn't happen if the other person like. Anyways,
yeah, I mean, I can't defend that. I guess like the game in some areas just has like really poor balance.
High jumps. What do you guys think about regular jumps, high jumps? Because I got something to say on that. But do you find any uses for them?
Apparently, Vega's high jump is like super insignificant, so I haven't found anything yet.
Yeah, I think that's the most underutilized thing right now because no, I don't even know what the fuck it's used for. Is that
for, for Ken doing a like if they don't roll and you do a high jump tatsu on the way down, it comes down ambiguous depending on the character, and also you can switch it up too if they catch wind that you're catching or going to the other side with the high jump. You can just do a regular jump and it'll hit them in the front.
Is this a neutral jump?
Yeah, neutral high jump.
Okay.
Yeah,
What about if you high jump like forward? Do you get any like distance, or is it just
it's all air. I think you get less actually.
You get less.
Yeah. With Xiaoyu, I know like at certain distances I'll cross up if I super jump, but then if I just normal jump, I'll land in front.
With Jin, I've actually found a couple block strings where if I end it at this moment and they're still blocking, if I high jump, I'll get a cross up. If I normal jump, it won't cross up.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know much about super jumps right now. Like apparently, they're always trip guardable or what?
I think all jumps are if you hit a button.
No, if you don't hit a button, can you still get like swept or whatever?
That I don't know. Probably find out.
No, if you don't hit a button, I don't think you can get triple guarded because like I've you know Yoshimitsu's move where he spins his sword around like propeller.
Yeah.
And he sucks you in. Yeah, like if you can empty jump that, but if you press like a button there, you get fucked.
Damn.
I think you can trip guard in this game with high attacks. I think it exists, but like I think it doesn't have to be a low attack to hit. But also the trip guard window is really tiny in comparison to other games.
I think you're right.
Because I know that like there have been times where I jumped in, hit a button, and the guy jabbed me for free, like when I hit the ground. You know, because he was starting his his cool ass combo to do like 200 damage on me with a tag in and a super. So he was hitting jab, and I got hit by it, and then I took 200 damage, and he burned 2 bars. It was pretty awesome.
One thing I wanted to ask about was how you guys' California scene, how it's holding up, I guess you could say, as far as Street Fighter Cross Tekken.
It's like same old. I mean,
yeah, it's the top players that play the game, and like everybody in between the top players don't play it because they can't hang.
Like there's no new faces really. I mean, it's kind of been the same way with Street Fighter 4 too. Like you never really saw any new faces over the course of like 3 years. You see new faces in Marvel all the time because Marvel's like a random game, but
dude, Marvel like this fool could come up out of nowhere, like the little kid that came out of nowhere, Taylor. He's like knocked out Fnatic. Yeah, he just beats Fnatic, and then he beats the other little kid that like Noah. That,
he takes his thunder.
He's like, I'm the new little kid.
I used to be the new kid.
No, that kid has like technology though. Noah has like armored heavy punch. That kid had like unlockable setups and shit. Like, I thought it was legit myself when I saw that happen.
Yeah, dude. That fool just absorbed Noah's soul and shit. He became a new legend.
He cut his head off and became the Highlander.
There can only be one kid. Yeah. I don't like one of. I think Street Fighter Cross Tekken's harder to like get fraud wins than let's say Marvel, like 4.
It's harder. It's there, but it's much more difficult.
Yeah. Marvel is so easy to get fraud wins. I know I beat players that are way better than me because they like called the assist out at the wrong time and everyone died. It was like 1,000. Yeah, like everyone died. It's like
the whole arcade just fell on the floor.
You also have Wesker and Doom. Like helps.
Wesker hits one guy and 2 guys accidentally get hit, and I didn't even mean to hit him. And I'm like, all right, I'll keep doing this. And everybody dies. Yeah. This game, there's like more thought involved, but it's not very entertaining to watch. Cause
I think it should be.
I still enjoy watching it myself. I don't know about you guys, but like watching this game at high level really, I enjoy it. I think I like thinking about what they're might be thinking about. That was kind of how I would watch like Third Strike videos back when that was still a thing. Like part of watching a video actively was always like imagining yourself in that situation and analyzing what had happened to get you in that situation, and analyzing habits and thinking about what they might do, what you want to do. And I think I watched Street Fighter Cross Tekken vids with the same sort of eye. But when I watch other stuff like Marvel and Street Fighter 4, I'm like, I'm watching it, you know. But for me, anyway, that's I know that isn't across the board. Some people do agree that it's way more fun to play than it is to watch, sort of like baseball.
Yeah, it's actually a really good analogy. I
haven't watched like too much Cross Tekken, but I don't even like watching people play at Wednesday Night Fights.
Oh yeah, you get all disgusted and you're like, why?
Yeah, I get pretty disgusted.
Yeah, and then you just like, you just want to fucking knock the joystick out of their hand and be like, give me that shit. Stop playing, dude.
Who's that guy cursing in the background? We're trying to play Street Fighter Cross Tekken. Fucking
like,
tag out, fucking asshole. Fucking.
That always pisses me off to watch somebody lose with a character that has 100% health. It's like, you took 200% and turned it into 100% because you're a retard.
Not even a retard, just a retard.
Yeah. It's like, I don't want the guy to take, you know, I don't want him to take a Fat Nuts combo, but I will lose the round because I'm stupid.
Okay, last question. As much as I enjoy talking to you, fine gentlemen, we gotta leave some interesting content because I feel like we should do this more often.
For sure.
But Ryan Hunter brings another good question with, who do you think is the current top tiers in the game?
I think specifically we should touch on his, do you think Ryu and Relento are top tier currently?
Sure, we'll start with that.
Oh man, like, when I played the game for like the first week, I thought Ryu was the strongest character because like he had so much bullshit. Like all of a sudden, sweep is unsafe or safe now. Like like I didn't want to think of 4 when I played this game, but I thought about it. I was like, in 4, whenever he swept, he died. But in this game, when he swept, he canceled. So I was like, oh man, this guy's too good now. And he has like a safe donkey kick and all this shit. But like the more I play it, and then the more I find out about raw launch, like I'm looking at Ryu's pressure, and most of his pressure is like low attacks.
Yep.
So you can just launch it. Like you just launch and kill him. So the more people are gonna play this game, the weaker Ryu's gonna get. At least that's what I think about Ryu.
It's definitely one of those high risk, high reward type situations. Because if you do fuck it up, like he can potentially do a jumping combo to you. Yeah, that shit's like negative 30 something.
But you play Third Strike, you know what it's like to like. If you have a read, you're gonna take it because you know.
Yeah, I played Makoto Third Strike.
Like this fool is gonna fucking low forward donkey kick, and then I'm gonna fucking crush him when he does low forward because that's all he's gonna do.
It's definitely a gamble that is cool and like worth taking in my opinion. Like because if you do crush it with the launcher, you get a Fat Nuts combo
and potentially recovering that character's health.
Yeah, and then this fool is gonna be afraid to keep pressuring you like an idiot. So he's gonna like.
Yeah, it creates a new mind game completely.
Yeah,
it's something I do need to work into my game, I think, is the raw launch crush.
Raw launcher is huge. It's like a universal parry for lows.
Yeah. I think of it like a parry. Like this fool's doing too many low attacks, and he shouldn't be doing this. So I'm gonna fucking just launch him, show him what's up. So next time he like doesn't do the gay shit.
With Sagat, I can actually Sagat standing forward, which pushes his hitbox like back against lows. I can actually space it so that I can do stand forward launcher, and if they do a low poke, I will hit them and then go into a launcher, or I'll just do stand forward.
Yeah.
So I've been blowing up Ryu like so much because people always do like online. They just do crouch strong, crouch forward. So like, okay, crouch strong, standing forward launcher. You eat 300 damage, and I have Jin, and you're gonna die.
Yeah, and like another thing is, I don't think Ryu is like a good character in 2v2 because some of his shit off of tagging is really hard to react to, like uppercut and shit.
An overhead.
And like, yeah, an overhead, and he doesn't really have like a good 1-2-3 combo on tag outs. You would just you have to manually like strong low forward launch, and most Ryus like aren't used to that for some apparent reason.
Like strong low forward and then the raw launch. Is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's his best like launch B&B.
I've seen it used by a particular Ryu player.
Talking about West?
Mr. Weestab.
We stab.
I'm really curious
So
where that AB came from.
Who do you guys think are the best characters in this game? I guess is the next question.
Rufus is pretty up there, but I don't really know how much the patches affected him.
It's bad. He
Is it
has
pretty
a jump
bad?
in it. Yeah, when that goes like completely legal, minus the Rolento bug, dive kick is -4 at best.
Yeah, I heard that you could just DP him on block, and
Yeah,
it's a reversal.
at best, if it hits you like in the knees, like at its lowest, it's -4. So if it hits you anything higher than that, it's even more negative because you have the fall animation. So all the Shotos can Dragon Punch it for free. Anything that's like 3-frame startup is a free punish on that. Like that's really bad. Like when has there ever been a jump attack that's completely punishable? Like just
Yeah, I don't
ever.
I think it might be 0. I don't think because I've never seen a jump attack on block.
Yeah,
get
I heard
punished.
Justin tweet about it being, or was it Ricky? Somebody said it was
Yeah.
like -4. I was pretty skeptical, but I didn't bother to look into it myself. I don't really care. But Ryan Hunter brings that it might be negative. It might be even.
0?
Yeah.
Oh no, I hope
Yeah.
Rufus is bad. I think Rufus is the worst thing to happen to fighting games.
Rufus,
I like your
Rufus
point.
Rufus really stops like a lot of characters from progressing.
Like the problem is, like he shuts down like 80% of the cast. Like that's a pretty fucking huge issue.
Yeah, dude, that feels like a gatekeeper of like fighting game.
You have to pay the troll
Like,
toll to enter the
He's one of
boys'
those
hall.
characters where if I want to pick up a character for fun, like Asuka, Rufus is there to like remind me not to do that. He's like, "What do you think you're doing?"
It's like, are you
I got this
serious?
dive kick. Where's your answer? I'm
Yeah. Oh my god, it's super huge.
like, yeah, dude, that's fucking bullshit.
He's
Right,
the
so-
gatekeeper.
Ryan, it's 0 at best. Is that what we're saying? At best, it's 0, like at the knees.
On block.
Yeah, I'm
On
pretty
block,
sure.
right? He can still
yeah.
combo off like normal on hit, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Just on block is different.
Does his
Yeah,
So
new
if
I
it
tool?
hits you high though, like you should get dragoned.
Yeah. At the
That still
that height.
sucks though. Like I kind of feel like still that like that shouldn't be a thing. You should be able to block at least. Like because I mean, there's never been a game where like a jump in attack has been just punishable. I mean,
It's a dive kick, though.
Dalsim had drill like in like vanilla Street Fighter 4. That was pretty bad.
Oh yeah, I forgot
Like,
about
that
drill.
that was punishable, I believe,
Holy
on
shit.
on block, even at best, if it was spaced correctly. So it really just takes that tool and makes it hard to use and then almost like impossible. It
Yeah.
really takes away his movement. Like that character is, for all intents and purposes, just gonna suck. I think he's still gonna have his
Consider, like-
damage and stuff, but and they changed the hitbox on it too, so it doesn't cross up as easy, if I remember correctly.
It
But
sucks 'cause
still-
he's like one-dimensional by design.
He still has the jumping medium kick that was buffed from 4, where it like crosses up so easily now. That was underutilized because fucking dive kick was amazing. But I think the better Rufuses are gonna use the jumping medium kick more now, as opposed to like jumping dive kick cross up.
So to close, let's off like the top of your head. Who do you think is the best character? Not even like teammate or anything. Who do you think is the best character in the game? Most well rounded. I off the top of my head, I say Raven. 3-frame standing jab, teleport. He has standard health. He's got a really good projectile. Does good damage.
Andy breathing the mic again.
You gotta.
He was hearing about Raven. He's like, I might need to play that character. Oh, give me that. Give me that 3-frame jab. Give me that teleport. Give me that fireball. All those things.
and at the same time, I say Raven, I think, is the best character off the top of my head. I also think he's overrated as well. But what do you guys think? Who do you think is the best character?
Huh? I think like I'm looking way ahead. I think
Just
Jin
off
is
the first
best
person you said, Jin.
Jin. I think Jin is the best.
Jin is really good. I definitely think he's
I
top
think
tier.
like Jin / Kazuya is kind of like Viper, where like people don't really know how good she is in the first year, but like maybe later on she's like
Oh
kind
yeah.
of top tier.
We have a friend that plays Jin, and like, he didn't play Viper in 4. He like this is his first time playing like one of these bullshit characters, but like half of the stuff he's doing isn't really like high execution based, but it does a fuckload of damage and like on counter hit.
Oh yeah,
He's like he could work you, like you start holding your gut and stuff, and the fool's just like hitting you.
Meterless,
like,
safe, invincible,
yeah,
reversal.
like
Pretty
meterless,
good.
safest, and it has armor on the EX or whatever, and you're really afraid to pressure him. Like that reminds me so much of Viper, where like you want to pressure her, but you can't really, because if you fuck up, she takes away all your health.
Yeah.
And that's what Jin seems to be doing.
I got some pretty dirty setups and combos with Jin myself.
Yeah. And then the fool has like a really weird fireball game, because his fireball is like on screen, like kind of like Viper, where you can control where your fireball can be at all times.
You can put it right in front of them just so they don't advance to you, and you can push them more towards the corner.
You could put it on yourself, where if the fool jumps over you and hits you, he falls into the fireball and gets knocked back.
Yeah, I do that a lot actually. Against like Rolental, for example, like I was saying before, you can play really defensively. You can just throw a jab fireball in front of you, back up a little bit, throw another jab fireball, back up. Rolental can't do shit against that.
Yeah, dude. I was watching what's his face, Flo, fighting against Snake Eyes. And he zoned about with just straight up fireballs.
It's hilarious.
Did like 60% of his health before he got in.
And to make matters worse, he has a really like his anti-air gets a lot of damage. A lot of people say it's bad anti-air, but if you get
that is not a bad anti-air.
If you get a good like if you prepare for their if they were to jump, if you do mental alertness, I believe it's called.
The kick, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you get that and you see them jump, it's so easy to just press one button and anti-air them and get a big combo.
That shit's like -4 on whiff rate.
It's -3.
-3?
It's super hard to punish.
Yeah. Oh my god, dude! I've only punished it like by just mashing. Like I've never timed it.
If I see that thing in the air, like with either one of my characters, hey Hachi, I just do the 1-2 chain, like, and just try to hit him out of the air, and can I just jab uppercut? Like I don't even try to punish it on the ground.
Yeah, on the ground it's impossible. Like I've gotten it a couple times.
Give Jin some credit though. I mean, he has to press like 3 buttons.
You guys are making me feel bad. Shit.
Yeah, he's got to do one input command. Like.
Pretty hard, man.
Yeah.
Hey, fuck you guys. Turn off the stream right now.
Turning off the stream. You're not welcome on my stream.
That's why you love the game.
I mean, there's some truth to that. When I picked up Sagat Jin, I was like, man, this game's fucking awesome. Like, Julia Hugo, I wasn't really feeling it because Hugo just didn't feel like himself. But I mean, I digress.
That plays Hugo now is a goddamn fraud.
Yeah, except for me, and I stopped playing him because he just didn't feel the same.
None of them got a real Hugo. They got this fucking clone in this stupid game.
Jump Fierce Hugo.
Yeah.
Jump Fierce is not even his best. Never mind. Tatsu, who do you think is the best character?
I can't tell. I guess it would have to be Raven, but I don't know though. I kind of like lumped all the top tiers into this giant fuck you group.
It's
you said yourself that Raven seems to be one-dimensional once you play him first. And like we were playing Tony for a couple weeks, and like his game slowly got worse because like all he did was just jab. Yeah. Because like his good pressure just puts him in so much mess.
Jab, but it's like, why do it? Because jab's already so good.
I don't know. I see your point, but what is jab really doing for him? It's not
building free meter.
Yeah, you're building meter for me to like fucking reverse you later.
Well, it's kind of a big deal if you don't have if you're playing a character that doesn't have a reversal. But if you have a reversal, it's like it changes the game completely.
What about like a backdash, or does he have like auto select that he can do off of it or anything?
Well, he could just kind of walk forward, and a lot of backdashes are shitty.
Oh, he has a good walk speed too. So
and just walk up and jab some more.
Where are you going?
And then you're pushing yourself in the corner where you eat like more jabs, you know?
Oh yeah, like the more you press buttons against him, the more you'll lose him. But I think once you figure out that if you just stood there and just blocked, like his game is really one-dimensional.
I mean, it's like a lockdown. It's kind of like how Balrog used to be able to stand jab Abel in SF4.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, like that was pretty powerful.
That's fucking stupid.
Because Abel could do like EX command grab or whatever, or like EX COD, and he'd still like get hit out of it.
Yeah, dude. You see Sakura do that to Sagat now. That shit's funny.
Yeah, I don't really know who's top tier right now though. Fuck. all the top tiers, like Rufus, Raven, Ryu. I don't care.
Yeah.
I
Did you,
could
put
totally-
did you put Kazuya as top tier?
I think True Electric Wind Godfist Kazuya is the best character, in my opinion.
he has the
I
highest
think that
potential.
the regular Kazuya is lower than that, though.
Oh,
Like, there's a huge difference between
Yeah.
those two Kazuyas. I know that's
Oh,
the
yeah.
same character, but like being able to do True Electric Wind Godfist every time makes that character way better. Plus, that's like a 600 damage combo for like no meter, and also like
Plus frames on
just
block.
hitting it randomly.
That's right.
Like it's safe on block, it pushes them back, but if they do get hit by it, then they take a shitload of damage. There's only one True Electric Wind Godfist Kazuya player in America.
Oh yeah.
Ray seems pretty good too.
Naps, right?
Emphy, yeah.
Yeah. Like, I see a bunch of like frauds on YouTube doing their combo videos, but I don't know how long they tried before they got it down.
Yeah, Flash,
And can they do
Metroid.
it in match?
It takes,
Yeah, I see this fool do it online all the time, and I see him do it on the stream, like champ stream.
Yeah.
I
that
didn't see
guy's-
it. Yeah, it was crazy.
I
But
really think that's the best character. If I could True Electric Wind Godfist all the time, I would play Kazuya, but like I can't.
I get it like
Yeah,
50%
I
of the time in
sat
training
and
mode.
trained for hours trying to like figure out how to do it, and I would probably get one every 12 tries or something.
I can do it. I can do it raw, but like comboing into it, I haven't figured out yet.
oh yeah, dude, you have to do like a normal and then go into it and shit. It's already hard enough to do it raw, but now you
Yeah.
gotta do it off
Walk it
normal.
in.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Ryan Hunter says Jury is good too.
It's pretty good.
I think
It's pretty
Jury's good.
good. I
I think
think
Jury's good, but there's no good Jury players.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I don't know, all the characters that could jump cancel, she's the best at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because her jump is so short. It's sick.
That's what sucks too, because the game isn't being taken to its fullest potential because no one's playing it.
I think Magman has a good. His jury is really technologically advanced, in my opinion.
Did
How
she
many
combo
people?
off of her overhead?
Yeah. No. I think on counter hit you could.
That's still good.
Yeah. Do you have a lot of players that play this game?
Over here,
Yeah, where you guys are at? Do you have at least like 5?
We have at least 5, yeah.
Yeah.
I think all the East, West, Priest, myself, Jibbo.
Killinator. Well, I don't
yeah,
really live.
Killinator.
I
You
live
count,
like
you're still
4 or
North
6
Carolina,
hours away.
Shut up.
That's not what I'm saying, man. I'm saying, God damn it.
Give a fuck.
I'm saying physically, I live like 4 to 6 hours away, so my area of living is different. Like like everybody that I've actually sat down and showed this people like how to play, they're like, man, I'm gonna go to training mode and like actually learn how to play because it's actually a really interesting and fun game when you know what's going on in the game. I'm getting drunk. I apologize. I'm like half a bottle down in the. I'm sorry. Does somebody want to close the show out for me? Because I'm drunk. I'm kidding.
Dude, you're his
Cross
process.
seconds is a good game.
You're his partner,
You guys
dude.
are just playing it
Gotta
wrong.
close it out.
The chance.
Oh, I was supposed to practice with my Evo teammate, but things happen. Thank you for joining us. I was today speaking with my good friend Thomas Chadwick, aka Knuckledust.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Fuck you.
It was a very handsome time.
As
Stream, faggot.
two charming gentlemen, Tatsu and DOCR, which was the
Thanks
first
for
time.
having us, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, dude.
it was
We
a
gotta try
pleasure.
this shit more.
Pleasure
Yeah.
speaking with you two.
We gotta stick together, man. Freaking cross
Gotta
Tekken
keep
players,
this game
man.
alive.
There's only like 8 of us, so
God dang,
you know,
dude.
5 of you guys.
Black actors, man.
You guys think things will change with the DLC characters coming out?
No.
The game will become more fucked up because it apparently can't manage to balance whatever's there right now.
So
We're
in
like
closing,
32. We're gonna add 8 more and then fucking like make it worse.
all right. Well, thank you guys very much.
Just right.
Thank you, Stream, for tuning in and opening your hearts to a Street Fighter Cross Tekken enthusiasts.
Play Street Fighter Cross Tekken. It's a good game. So's Third Strike. Play that too.
All right, I'm closing the stream. Thank you guys very much.
Alright, laters.